Oh, mean girls. They're so beautiful, aren't they? But they talk so much. They look so friendly, but in reality, they're so mean. The thing about mean girls, though, is that you don't just deal with them in high school. You also deal with them when you're an adult, in your professional careers and beyond. So how the hell do we survive them? Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Public service announcement, and this one is for the ladies. If you are an intentional mean girl, if you struggle with giving compliments to another woman, if your insecurities prevent you from being kind to another woman, if you have failed to be an effective ally, if you keep silent when another woman is being hurt, if you block promotions, gossip, and start rumors, if you are passive-aggressive and fail to do your inner work, you are not my tribe. So do your work or not, but stop disturbing the peace of other women because you are not at peace with yourself.
Yes. Shots fired to mean girls.
Damn.
Okay, the ladies here are not mean girls. Y'all better not be, because they're gonna come for
Former
me.
mean girl.
Former mean girls.
Former mean girl.
I can't even see it.
All right, we've
I
got
was
Dana
there.
Aguilar back in the building. For the very first time, we've got Jackie O.
Hi.
And sitting next to her, we've got Teresa Clanton. And Lady McAllen's back in the hot seat. All right, so Mean Girls. We dealt with them in high school.
Yeah.
Were we them?
We
Teresa?
were for a minute. We were for a minute, but you know, with age comes wisdom, and you realize I was a mean person when I was unhappy. It was like like when I was in a bad relationship, I was way more mean than I should have been, you know. But I think it all stems from just unhappiness with yourself. But I've 100% been a mean girl. I've been just more, you know, just bitchy, angry.
Oh yeah, we're
I'm
all
not a girl's girl.
Yeah.
You know,
Bitchy.
I don't know. I'm maybe not a girl, maybe a little more fickle and jealous, more jealous than I've ever been. Back in the day, not anymore though.
Yeah.
You kind of learn to have peace with yourself, and you get more in return when you love other women and support other women. Like it all just comes back.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. All right, Dana, are you saying you weren't ever a mean girl, or were you a mean girl?
I don't think I was ever a mean girl. I don't think. I mean, we all go through our little jealous phases, and especially when you grow up poor, you see other girls who have things, so you're like,
There's a little bit of envy there.
yeah.
Wanting
But
something that you
yeah,
don't have.
but I've never been like, I've always been like the girl who sees another girl and smiles at them, and I'm still like that. And I can't stand when a girl doesn't smile back and gives you a dirty look. Like,
yeah, looks you up and down.
why do they do that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
Insecurity.
Yes.
Insecurity. That's all it is.
So yeah, no, I don't think I've ever been a mean girl at all.
weird. Jackie O?
Yeah, so I don't think I've ever been a mean girl, but I've definitely been accused of being a mean girl.
It's because you got resting.
let's dive into
She's
that.
got resting bitch face.
Yeah,
though.
I definitely have resting bitch face, and I'm very direct. So I'm very honest, but it's not in a mean way. It's
mean.
just, you know, I'm not going to lie to you, and if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but at the same time, I'm never going to lie to you.
So she's telling you exactly how she
Yeah.
feels.
Yeah. I think nowadays people are so passive aggressive that they mistaken directness and honesty as being mean.
Because nobody wants to hear the truth.
Right. Okay, so personally, like I've been dealing with being the direct person that I am and being very straightforward without taking into consideration other people's feelings, because I'm like, I'm just going to tell you the truth. But having this show and having therapists come on and tell me about myself, it's not always a good thing, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
know,
say.
I know.
But you aren't being mean.
Right, right.
So we'll address that there, 'cause otherwise I'm mean. All right, lady, what about you,
I don't
baby?
know. I mean all the time.
You are,
I
baby.
am. I mean all the time. Like, I don't really know I'm doing it until somebody tells me later. But that's just because, like, you know, how I am, right? I just don't care. In high school, I was mean to everybody. I was mean to everybody in high school. I was a mean girl, but not in, like, the catty way.
I was a mean girl. Like if somebody came up to me, I'd be like, get away from me or I'm gonna punch you. Like that was me, like in high school. And as I got older, I got better at like, I guess mirroring, not being so cruel to people. Instead of like saying like literally, get away from me. Yeah, get away from me. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go over here. But I'm still pretty mean. I'm not gonna lie. I support women. Like I'm gonna support women. Like you'll all know
If
this.
you're treated horribly, then
I'm
lady
a monster. I'm a monster. Like if you're
She's
mean
the sweetest person in the
I
world.
know. I'm like,
I don't want
we
she's the
love each
sweetest
other,
person
so
in
I
the world.
can't see her being
listen,
mean.
like I'm nice to y'all because I love y'all. Like everyone outside of my tiny little circle can literally go to hell.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
So yeah, they're nice. They're nice. I am not nice.
Okay, well, let's talk about the mean girls who bring it out of us, right? The ones who are intentionally mean.
Yeah.
The ones who aren't like just defending their tribe and hate everyone. The ones who like want to sabotage other women.
Like,
I'm sure
purposely.
we all have our stories, right?
Yes.
All right, well, listen, I know you got your stories at home too, so you stay right there because we're going to talk about it coming up next. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about mean girls and how we deal with them in adulthood. We've got my friends Dana, Jackie O, Teresa, and Lady in the building. All right, we discussed whether or not we're mean girls. But now let's talk about the stories we've dealt with and heard of from friends. And Dana, I know you're ready to share.
So I had a friend of a friend who was friends with someone for about 15 years.
Damn, long time.
Yeah, they decided to go into business together. We're business partners for 8 years. And the entire time, it was a competition with the business partner. Her trying to steal clients, her bad-mouthing the friend behind her back, constant competition so thank God my friend of a friend went out on her own, opened up her own business, so she doesn't have to deal with that anymore, thankfully. But this was the type of person who is mean to janitors, mean to waitresses, and like that's the biggest
Hell no.
deal.
Red
hate
flag
it.
if you are mean to any like,
Don't be
service
mean.
industry
Yeah,
person.
I just
Yes.
hate that. That's so, like, you feel like you're above that person, and that's like so cruel. So yeah, she was that type of person, but
That's so mean.
she's not in my friend of a friend's life anymore.
Oh, I would hope
Good.
so. In the dust.
Yes.
15 years.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Jackie, you got a story for us?
I do, and it's so weird, and I can relate to her where you have a friend and they feel like they're competition, and it's weird. I don't know where that stems from, but I had a friend and I brought her into a lot of modeling, a lot of photo shoots, things that I would do, and I always wanted to have my friends, you know, do better in life, and so I thought this would be great exposure for her. And when she got to a certain level, she told me she was just excluding me. And I asked her, I was like, why are you excluding me? And she said, you know, I just feel like you don't bring it anymore. You're not great anymore. And I started crying. And I was like, oh my God, how could you be my friend and tell me this? And she said, you know, it's just business. Why are you crying? It's business. And I said, you're sure right. And I treated her as business. And I cut her off of all my social media, deleted her phone number out of my phone, and just treated her as business. And she got really mad because I did that. And I said, well, it was clear that you had that boundary, that you thought of me as a business, and you got what you needed and elevated to the level that you wanted to because of me.
Yep.
And so congratulations, but we're no longer friends. And so I had to cut her off. And I feel like that's the best way to deal with mean people or mean girls, is just to cut them off and treat them as they are, nothing.
Nothing.
Yep,
Okay, not
exactly.
even business, baby. Not even business. Damn, that's the competition, the fake competition between women is
There's
Yeah.
no
Horrible.
such thing.
It's
It's
the
not
worst
real.
thing. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah. I don't get it.
You gotta lift
Unnecessary.
each other up. And
Yes.
I've told people, other women I work with, I'm like, please trust me. If you help,
yes.
you're
You're
gonna get, like,
getting
the
it.
universe will repay you, and you will get more further in your career, be more successful. And I've been doing it like that, and the algorithm works.
Yes,
you know,
right.
just to be
It does,
kind.
yeah.
The
and-
life algorithm, yeah,
Yes.
it does. It
I've
does.
been kind to people, and people that still kept doing business with her, and I let them do it. And then those people came to me and actually apologized to me and said, we didn't understand why you didn't talk to her anymore. Now we do.
Yeah.
And I was
Karma.
like, well,
Oh, karma's real.
Yeah.
It gonna come around.
Yeah.
baby.
Yours.
Teresa, do you have any stories you'd like
I do.
to share?
I have a lot.
She's like, hold up.
I mean,
Let's get
I've
into
dealt
it.
with all the coworker, fickle women. You know, I work in radio. It's all competition when you go down to it. But there's this one story that it's like in my core memory. I always think about. I don't like these women. So I used to go into a bar here in Houston a long time ago.
Oh, I know this. Yes, I know this story.
Often, a lot. And I would go in there and tip so well. And I was just so nice. And I was like ready to throw down all the time. And there was one bartender who I was just nice to. And she was like, hey, Teresa. And I would tip her. Like if my bill was $50, I'd give her $75 on a tip. Because they're nice. Yeah. And I just wanted to let them know I loved, they were hardworking. I used to be a bartender back in the day, so that paid my bills, so I always gave. I've had parties at this bar. I would have parties and give her tip $100, $200. And then a friend of mine was in that bar and saw this female bartender, and they said, oh, you know Teresa from The Buzz. And she goes, oh, I hate that bitch.
wow.
And my friend was like,
What?
I remember this.
so she told me that, and I was like,
Wait, hold on.
How
I didn't
did she
follow.
possibly say that?
Who said that? The bartender?
The bartender who I have constantly loved,
Tipped.
and girl, what's up?
Took care of.
Tipped endlessly.
jealousy. It's
all of it,
jealousy.
and there was numerous ones where they were just, I was like, so that little mean girl that I used to be, I keep her in the box. I didn't even acknowledge it, but I would ignore her every time. I was just like, how are you such a jerk? I was dumbfounded. dumbfounded. I'm like, that has to be jealousy, or?
Yeah, it's
And they were
jealousy.
like, she's such a
100%.
princess. She walks in here acting like she said that. And I'm like, and everyone was just like, what?
That's
What the
jealousy.
hell?
She's
girl.
so nice to everybody in here.
100%.
How could you say that about her? And I will never forget that. I don't even know her name. Don't even know if she lives here still. But
One thing I always
not
say
at
about
peace with herself.
you is that because you are very popular, is that she's the most humble, sweetest thing
She is.
ever. But I can see someone being so jealous of you. And not even knowing you like that, but she did know you took care of her, so.
I mean, just
Being an
so
asshole.
crazy.
stab in the back. I know. I'm like. But if I didn't tip her well, she would say I
Oh,
was an
then it
a-hole
would-
cheapskate.
She's a
So I'm
cheap
like,
ass
you
bitch.
can't win.
Yeah, she could even say it when you're treating her so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what she would say if you were treating her poorly.
Mean girl.
All right,
Yep.
we're going to talk more about these mean girls coming up next. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We're talking mean girls, and boy, they are mean. We've heard from Dana, Jackie, and Teresa, but lady,
I'm ready.
I'm scared.
as
I'm
the
scared
resident
of
mean
this
girl
story.
here,
Okay.
what you gonna share?
Okay. So I used to run in the gala circle. Y'all know all that. I used to do all this charity work. Like I raised like millions of dollars for charities, okay? And I used to run with these gala bitches. And they were, y'all know what I'm talking about. And
I do.
So they spent more on their dresses than they did on donations, which I don't care if that's what you want to do, that's your life, whatever, right? But don't come for me when you're like that. So they tried to get me in their group, right? And they literally told me, we want you to be our member. Like, we want you to be like in the spotlight with us. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really care, but why? And they're like, but you have to change everything about yourself. And I'm like, excuse me? They were like, you have to stop talking about all this stuff that you talk about. You have to stop being so weird. And I'm like, y'all can go straight to hell. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And when I rejected them, after I had literally raised like thousands upon thousands of dollars for their charity, these women decided that they were going to start this weird rumor mill. Do you remember this?
Yep, I do.
This weird rumor mill that I was doing all kinds of porn, that I was a human trafficker, that they did like crazy stuff. Like they called the cops on me. Like it was insane. It was absolutely bad. Crazy.
How long ago was this?
This
Obviously,
is like 5 years ago.
What?
Like 5 years ago. Yeah.
this sounds like some high school.
It's
It
ridiculous.
was very high school.
Dude,
yeah.
and these women are millionaires. Like, they were, like, so catty and so stupid. And I was like, y'all are, really? This is what y'all want to do? Instead of just, like, being adults? And so the way I handled that, they're like, oh, we just cut them out. No, I like, kind of, told everybody all of their drama, you know, about how one of them was cheating on their husband with this person.
You
And
did
I'm
the
like,
legit
I
Mean
did-
Girl Regina
I
George
don't-
hallway
Right.
paper
Yes.
Listen, I did
Print
not
out
care.
flyers.
I was like, this girl is poor as and she acts like she's got money, but she just literally has money from her ex-boyfriend. I was mean. I don't care. Like, if you come for me, I'm gonna ruin your life. Okay? Ruin your life. I do not care. So
You
yeah.
know, but that is like mean back.
They
right?
deserved
Like you
it.
didn't start
No, they
it,
deserved
right?
it.
She just
No.
finished it.
Oh, I'll
I feel like
finish
that's a
it.
good way to
Yeah.
be a mean girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also just say
it's
goodbye.
worse when it's my friends. Like, if somebody hurts y'all, you might as well move out of the city. Okay? I will hunt you down. Okay? So yeah. No, I can't stand girls like that. There's no reason for it. There's
No.
literally no reason
All right,
for it.
before we dive into like how we handle it outside of how Lady handles it, because she comes for jugulars. Why do we think mean girls are mean? Because typically there's girls.
Insecurity.
There's all about women empowerment and being
There's
there and
jealousy,
uplifting each
they
other.
have-
It's
they have
insecurity.
issues.
And I think a lot of women, I
jealousy.
think it's normal to be jealous. It's normal to be like, oh, like a little envious. But I think a lot of women can't process that. People will be jealous and then they're mean. That's
Yeah.
how, when you could be like, oh, I love this for you and I just, good for you. Like, you know what I mean? They do it with a gratitude way. They,
Right.
they don't know how to handle being jealous with
I think
other
it
women,
goes
so they're
back
just
to
mean.
that whole misery loves company. And when
But
you
when
do
you're
better
jealous
or,
over someone's aura or someone's like how we are energy, and that's just sad. Like, you know, be
They're not
jealous
at
over
peace.
someone driving a
Bugatti.
Maybach or something. You know, like don't be jealous over someone
Yeah.
because when they walk in the room, like everyone smiles and everyone, you know, don't be jealous over that.
And I also feel like sometimes women don't have real friends.
Right.
you know,
True.
and they don't know how to be a real friend because they've never had that. And it's
Like-
sad.
Bitch, you're being rude. Stop.
Yes. Check. You gotta check your friends.
Which is
I will
why,
check.
which is
I
why
will
you
check
need somebody
ladies.
like
does it
me.
all the time.
450,000
Yes.
times. I will check. That's all I do.
She'll
check,
pull
check,
me
check,
out
check,
somewhere
check,
and
check.
she's literally like, stop.
And
And
another
I'm
one of
like,
our friends, Bridget, I'm always like, Bridget, you can't say that
Yes.
in public, and nor you can not say
Yeah.
that to people. And she's like,
Because-
whatever.
And like
Yeah.
I said, they
Friends.
take directness as
yeah.
aggressiveness. And it's just like, hey, friend, I'm trying to watch out for you.
Yeah.
Maybe
tone it down.
tone it down, or you could say lighter words, or it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
so aggressive. You know, so I think it's that. Like, you don't have a real friend to check you. And, you know, like I said, everybody thinks you're being aggressive. And it's just, you need a voice of reason sometimes.
And I've actually noticed whenever I was in a really bad relationship and I knew I was in a bad relationship, I was way meaner to people.
You're
Do you know what I
a
mean?
hater.
Like,
Yeah.
If
your
not
house
happy,
needs to be happy
surround
before
you.
you're happy with
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we spot these mean girls? Because like how
It's so
the
hard.
bartender
So,
is shocking to
okay,
me. Like how
yeah.
could you have seen it? Was there a
and,
moment?
and that was unlike Lady, who's like, I'm like, she's dead to me too. Like I I wanted her to know I knew, and she knew I knew that we knew she knew she knew. Like, and I you could tell she regretted it, but I was just never gonna acknowledge her again, you know. But there are current situations where I think I'm cool with a coworker or a female, and then one of my girls is like, she was just like looking up and down, like giving you the
Yeah.
bird dog, like bird dogging you, like evil eye, and I'm like, what, you know? And I just, washing my hands, like
Right.
I can't stoop to that level. I
So
just
do
gotta
you-
walk
so
away
have
and
you
be the better
changed?
person.
Have you changed how you are with these people?
Yes,
You have.
I would lady in the past. I would be like, oh yeah, you know,
What's your problem with me?
what's your problem with me? And I
Yeah.
would want to fight because that would be. I love aggression. I would love to fight, and I love.
know.
But now I'm just like, I'll tell everyone in my circle
Listen.
the negativity and what's
I
happening
got
here.
bail
but
money now.
I
We're
just,
fine.
You just gotta. And I have a
bail
daughter.
money.
With daughters, you want to teach them the ways because like my daughter's always like,
I do, the ways
and I
of
was like, girl, you will have mean girls your whole life.
hard.
You gotta walk away. Just walk away.
All right, walking
Be a good
away. We
person.
walking away.
Be a good person.
I'm an addresser. I'm going to
I
address
am
the
too.
issue.
I
So
think we
am I.
all are.
I think
Walk
I'm
away.
just going to
I'll
address
address
the
the
issue.
issue.
We're gonna address it, then
I'm
walk
gonna,
away.
I'm gonna address the issue.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna address that issue.
But then if someone big enough is gonna address her issue, then I gotta step in.
I
Then
know.
It's
Everybody
gonna be a
has to
domino
address
effect.
Listen, okay?
You know I'll go down with you, so you,
You will,
can't go
I
too
know.
hard.
Listen.
Don't go hard.
Listen, we're old enough now that we have bail money, so we're fine.
Just send me
All right, cheers to
commissary.
bail
Cheers
money.
to
All
bail
right.
money.
And let's hope that the mean girls watching at home know we talking about them. Sorry, boo. All right, the conversation about mean girls continues because I got something from y'all on social media and I'm gonna dive in. So you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We were talking about mean girls, and my photographer is being a mean girl behind the camera. I'm gonna get them later. But I asked some of you to write me your mean girl experience on social media, and this is what y'all had to say. One time in high school, I dressed differently, had a skirt over jeans, and the mean girls next to me loudly and indirectly said, "Can't believe people dress like clowns and think it's cute." Boy, somebody needs to talk to their mamas. So not nice. A friend of 13 years slept with 3 guys I dated, and I found out years later. No, absolutely not. That is not a friend. Who is a friend? So the person said, I've dealt with a mean girl who used me for status and ended up with my friend before me. I mean, for me, that's a dodge bullet, okay? I hate mean girls. Can we please lift one another? It makes us so much more powerful. Amen, sister. Stop bringing people down. Stop being insecure, okay? Everything is great. Give yourself grace, give other people grace, all right? I hope you enjoyed the conversation. And listen, if you ever want to get something off your chest or have your comment shared on social media, slide in my DMs, slide in the Nightcap DMs, all right? Cheers to you. We'll see you guys next time. And don't be a mean girl or boy.